วัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับผมสวัสดีครับ
Hello and welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone is welcome to join. Can you hear me okay? Okay, audio is good. And our first participant is Levan from California. Hi, Levan.
Good morning, Ajahn. I have no question, just continue practicing.
And you finding it improving?
Yes, I went to Wat Metta staying for a month and I find it helpful.
What did you practice most of the time?
Most of the time just focus on the body movement and
Uh,
when I'm sitting, focus on my breath. Once a while, I'm using the Buddha mantra, but most of the time is the movement or the breath.
when you're sitting, you watch the breath.
I watch the breath, yes.
Okay. And you find some calm from your meditation.
Yes, yes. Especially
Okay.
sitting with a lot more people, I find it a bit easier.
You feel you're going in the right direction,
I feel I'm starting. Still a long way.
but you think this is the right direction for you to go.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
All you have to do is to do more practice.
Yes,
The
yes.
result depend on the time you spend on your practice. The more
Mm,
you practice, the more the result will come.
mm, mhm.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
Next, Kwan Liman from Malaysia.
Evening, Ajahn. Ajahn, I feel that my attention is more inwards. Uh, I I I feel the body and the feeling, and if there is any thought, then how the thoughts actually how the emotions actually come up from the thoughts is more within. So if nothing happened, then I feel relatively quiet within. So I continue to uh, pay attention, be mindful of what is going on within. Yeah.
I think you should try to meditate more if you can.
Yeah.
Get into jhana more. That's
Mm,
where your mind can become stronger and withstand the onslaught of your defilement and they come up.
mm. Yeah,
So,
because yeah.
so try to build up this jhanic force within yourself,
Mm,
the quiet, the peaceful force. You can use this to counter your defilements, your cravings when they come up. They come up.
yeah. Because most of the time it is quiet within. So there is not much desire that comes. So yeah.
But you don't know when the suffering that can come up. It
Mm,
can happen anytime when you run into some very bad situation. So you should be complacent. You should try to prepare yourself to handle any crisis should they come
mm,
up without any fear or without any qualm. You should be able to ride over every situation like sickness and near death situation, collapse of your financial status or something like that, something real bad. See if you can still handle it and not be affected by it. Without the jhana, you will not be able to, to remain calm and let go. But with jhana, you can remain calm and handle, accept whatever happens. So don't be complacent right now. Right now, you might not have any stress, any issues at the moment because you're in your comfort zone. But you don't know when one day you might be out of your comfort zone, and then you need you need something stronger to handle this situation. And the best way is to use jhana. You know wisdom already. You know that things can happen and it's beyond your control. But how you're gonna deal with it? That's the problem. Can you take it calmly and then let let it be? Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Ajahn. I understand.
Yeah. Don't be delusional to think that now you can see your emotion, you can see things inside you, and you might think you can control it because now it's not in a crisis mode, so it's easy to deal with things when everything is working out fine for you. But when things that start to falling apart, then that's the time for you to really have to work hard to keep your mind stable and not disturbed.
Yes. Yes. Because I'm still in the comfort zone because there's not much distraction around me and not many people around me. So most of the time is quiet and peaceful. So as Taranjan said, I need to prepare for further obstacles.
Yes,
Mm,
you're gonna have to get sick one day
mm,
and real bad. Not just an ordinary sickness. You might get something that will cause you to be stressful, and then you must be able to stop the stress when it come up. Okay,
Okay.
that's the
Thank you,
purpose.
Tan.
That's the purpose of our practice is to
Mm,
prepare ourselves to deal with any situation that can cause us any stress or discomfort, and not be disturbed by them. Okay, so you might have to imagine do some get yourself out of your comfort zone from time to time to test your ability to handle the the unpleasant situation.
mm.
Okay,
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Taranjan.
like going and stay in a monastery or going to a retreat or something for a while, and
I still go for retreat, but only short retreats, only very short retreats in
uh,
in the temple. Yeah.
okay. But you know the you know what you have to do to to make yourself ready for whatever happens.
Mm,
Okay,
yes.
good. Next, Professor Ken from Switzerland.
Good afternoon, Ajaan.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Just listening at the moment. I don't have any particular questions now, Ajaan.
Okay, your practice is going well?
It's going okay. I'm just looking for the time where I have
Mm,
no work and more time to practice. I can see the,
okay.
like Ajaan said earlier, I can see the connection between the amount of time we practice and the results. So I'm looking to that stage.
But at least you can control your mind,
Yeah. Yes. It's
keep it
much.
calm and steady.
Yeah. In fact, strangely, my last semester is probably one of the most challenging ones for some reason, with lots of things coming up, but I just let them float past and continue.
Okay, good then.
So it's going well, Tanajan.
All right. Go to Mike now. Hi, Mike from New York.
Good evening, Tanajan.
Good morning to you.
It is much hotter here in New York today, so things are changing. I'm very grateful for this group, and I wanted to ask today about basically dealing with discomfort, but also trying to be harmonious within like groups of people. Maybe there's more people around right now than normal, and how to live harmoniously in times where you feel crowded, and simultaneously how to take bad news not so hard.
Well, when you deal with people, you have to use loving kindness or metta. Basically, try not to hurt them physically or mentally. Try to be considerate. Whatever you do, you have to think of the consequences of the effect you might have upon other people. So, should you do something that can affect other people, make them discomfort, or then try to avoid it if you can, so you don't get into any issue with them. And if you should have any issue, then you should try to use forgiveness. Try not to fight, just to surrender. And we call it in Thai, we say surrender, give up.
Mm.
If your opponent wants something, you just let them have what they want if you can, and try to prevent any issue from rising if you can. Be nice, kind, be considerate, and you would have no problem with anybody. And accept that our life is always changing. Situation changes from time to time, so we have to be flexible. We have to adapt to a new reality every day. Every time the reality change, we have to start to adapt. Don't stick to your old routine when you cannot do it. Then you have to adapt to the new routine, to the new reality. And the best way to do it is with equanimity, mindfulness, and meditation. If you don't have enough mindfulness or equanimity, your defilement wants to react in a way that can cause problem. So you have to still constantly be mindful and meditate as much as possible. This is your tool, or your strength is in meditation and mindfulness. And wisdom, seeing that everything is not always under your control. Okay, does this answer your question?
Yeah, no, that was very good. And I've been talking with some of my colleagues about this actually, about and I think maybe I asked you about this a few weeks ago, but forgiveness in Buddhism, you tend to think about just going back to loving kindness and or to going to metta when you're thinking about forgiveness. Is that correct, or is there other teachings on forgiveness that one should keep in mind?
Well, this is part of having metta is to forgive and forget. Because to take revenge or to get angry or use ill will is not good for yourself. Your mind can become very disturbed, and you want to keep your mind peaceful and calm all the time. And one way is to forgive and forget, move on. Think about looking at the big picture. Eventually, we all gonna die anyway. So why fight for anything? The only thing we should be fighting for is our peace of mind, really. Everything else, we're gonna give up. We're gonna lose everything we have anyway when we die. Only thing we can take with us is the peace of mind or stressful mind, and we don't want to have a stressful mind with us. We want to have a peaceful mind. So if you think in this term, then forgiving is not something that you lose. Actually, you gain by forgiving. You gain peace of mind. If you don't forgive and you want to fight, then you're creating a lot of stress. Okay, so if you look in terms of the mind, forgiving is winning. Fighting is losing for the mind. You want to keep the mind peaceful and calm, then you have to forgive and forget. Let go. The Buddha said, if you have to lose your money, give up your money. If you have to lose your life, give up your life to protect your mind, to protect your peace of mind. Because your peace of mind worth more than anything else. You can have money and you're not happy. You can live, but you live unhappily. So maybe it's better just to give up if you have to give up money or your life in order to have peace of mind. Okay.
That's very good. Thank you so much, Ajaan.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Sulan from Singapore.
Hello, Ajahn. Nice to see you. Satu
Okay.
satu. Yeah.
What can I do for you?
I just want to update Ajahn that I got listen to what you say about taking care of my parents. So I bring them to Penang because my father want to pay respect to his parents.
Uh-huh.
So he's very happy. He get to catch up with his relatives. So we are all very happy for him.
That's good. You should make people happy, not make yourself happy. Sometimes you want to make yourself happy by forcing them to do what you want to do instead of letting them do what they want to do.
Oh yeah. Yes, yes. Then I mindful of this now that you highlight it. Yeah.
This way, everybody's happy, right? You're happy, they are happy.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Sometimes I maybe I am thinking on my own and I thought that my way would make people happy, but
Yes,
sometimes inconvenient them.
that's right. So you should
Yeah,
ask them first what makes them happy, what they want, and then
yeah.
just give them and give them.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and recently my father has been quite concerned about, like about the World War, like because he was born during the World War II. So he's like very obsessed with catching up on like all the news on like, about the world, different countries' conflicts and all that. And I think that made him very stressed. So I feel like, taking away his phone and switching channels. Is that is that right? Like to make him ignore all this news?
Well, you shouldn't really interfere with other people's life, you know.
Oh, I shouldn't. Oh, okay. But I thought it's quite unwholesome, right? For him to keep looking at the wall. What if next time he get reborn there? I
Well,
don't know.
you have to think the other way also. That if somebody else do this to you, how would you feel?
Oh yeah, I would feel very upset.
Okay, so you don't want to upset him.
Oh, that's true. Okay. I don't want to upset him. Okay.
Leave him alone. If he wants to follow whatever he wants to follow, it's his business.
Mm. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Mm. Oh, oh yeah. And actually last week I was feeling very stressed because my father fell down and hit his right eye, but thankfully he's okay and could make the trip to Penang. Yeah. So I feel very grateful to Ajahn for like, giving me the advice that I better take care of my father and make him happy. Yeah.
Yes. So don't interfere. Don't steal his phone away from him.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I shall not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Anything else?
Oh yeah, I want to ask Ajahn, do you have any advice for me?
For you,
Ah,
just try to leave everybody alone and look only after yourself if you
oh,
can.
oh, okay. But I feel like they need me to take care of them also.
Well,
If I,
do whatever you can for them, but try to
oh,
do only the essential, only if you have
oh,
to. The things that you don't have to do for them, then don't do it.
oh, okay. I got it.
Uh,
Like essential one.
do 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 what they need. If they need something, need your help, then you do it. But if they don't
Mm.
need your help, don't interfere with their life.
Oh, okay. Got it. Mm. Yeah.
So you can be more peaceful with yourself also, instead of
Mm.
being stressful with your father and your mother all the time. You have
Mm.
to,
Mm.
you know, you have to accept that life is like this. People's gonna get old, get sick, and die, regardless of what you do.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. I get nightmares at night.
Mm.
Yeah. Because I sometimes have the thinking that, what if like when they passes on, maybe I need to like future life I better take care of them, continue to take care of them. But I scared that I won't be able to do it. I think I have a strong attachment to my parents.
You just do what you can. That's all.
Okay. Mm. Oh, then Ajahn, what can I do for you?
Or nothing really. Just be a good student. That's all I need from you.
Oh,
Be a
okay.
good student. Study hard, practice hard.
Study hard and practice hard.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I will be happy to see you happy.
Oh, okay.
Because after you practice hard, you study hard, you'll be happy all the time.
Oh, okay.
Then I won't have to worry about you anymore.
Oh, okay. So being a good student is I study hard and practice hard.
Yes, and become enlightened. Then you won't have no dukkha.
Mm.
You
Okay.
will be happy all the time.
Mm. Then if I'm enlightened, I hope that I can come to pay respect to you.
Oh, you have people going to see you for paying respect to you once you become enlightened. You don't
Uh,
need to come to me anymore.
but out of gratitude, I hope that in future life, if I'm enlightened, I will remember to come to pay respect to you. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Become enlightened first.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I don't know how long it will take. Yeah.
It can take
Uh,
this lifetime. Buddha guarantee you 7 days or 7 months or 7 years if you practice hard.
oh, but I'm not that smart to, like,
You,
so,
you're smart, but you're lazy, that's all.
oh, is it?
Yeah. Everybody is smart, but they're just too lazy. They're still stuck with the sensual pleasures. They
Yeah.
cannot give up the sensual pleasure. That's the real problem here.
Oh, yes, yes.
If you
Oh,
can give up the sensual pleasure, then you have a lot of time to meditate and practice.
mm, that's true.
Most of your
Mm,
time is devoted to sensual pleasure or the pursuit of sensual pleasure.
yes, yes. I
So
think that's right.
you don't have time for meditation practices.
Mm, mm, yeah. Mm. I keep procrastinating also. Very bad.
Try to do one day a week for meditation practice
Mm,
only. Stop sensual pleasure for one day. This is
oh,
the Buddha's recommendation. Every week we have an observance day in Buddhism in
mm,
which people stop going after sensual pleasures, going after money, and spend the time meditating, keeping the precepts, and
mm,
practice mindfulness.
mm,
Try it. You'll find it very useful, very helpful
mm.
to make your practice improving.
Oh,
You need to have a full day, 24 hours, day and night, except the time you go to sleep.
oh. Does it mean that? Oh, yeah.
If you can practice at home, practice at home. But if you cannot if you cannot do it at home, then you might have to go find a quiet place somewhere, in
Oh,
a meditation monastery or someplace.
mm. Then does it mean that during that full day you cannot be working?
Well,
Or
you have to do it on your day off. See, you
oh,
have day off, right? Once a week, you have a couple of
yeah.
days off. Okay,
Yeah.
then take one day off. Use that
Oh,
one day off you have for meditation practice.
mm, mm. I see. Okay.
That's the purpose of the Buddhist observance day.
Mm.
You know the observance day in Buddhism? Every
Oh,
7 days, that's a day that the Buddha recommended lay people stop working and devote the time to spiritual pursuit.
oh, on the 7th day of each month.
No, I think they go by the lunar calendar. So sometimes it's 7 days, sometimes it's 6 days, sometimes it's 8 days, depending on the full moon and the quarter moon.
Oh,
But
okay.
generally it's about once a week.
Mm. Also, okay.
But you cannot follow the old calendar, the lunar calendar. So you just have to adapt and use your day off
Mm,
as your observance day.
mm, mm. Okay.
you should have at least once a week a day off from your work and devote it to the spiritual pursuit, meditation pursuit.
Okay.
Then you will have some significant result from practice. If you can continue practicing mindfulness all day long, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, and meditate as much as possible during this time also.
Oh, yeah. I try
You
to
have to
remember.
observe the 8 precepts. You have to observe the 8 precepts. Abstain from entertainment, no sensual pleasures, no sleeping with your boyfriend. Practice celibacy for one day.
Oh, actually, it's my husband.
Well,
Not
whatever
boy.
he is.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if your husband, you also have to tell him that you want to stop at least once a week. You want to devote your time to spiritual pursuit.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe both of you can do it at the same time. You also practice, you also practice.
Yeah. Okay. I will also let him know and ask him to practice more.
But
His meditation.
you cannot force him though. He has to do it voluntarily.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Back to your first advice. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you force him, you might run into trouble. If he doesn't like what you ask him to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
So you can only ask for your permission to do it alone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
See
Okay.
if you can do it just one day a week, that's all.
Oh, okay. One day a week.
Yeah. It's like Christianity, they have Sabbath day, you go to church and you pursue the spiritual happiness, not the sensual happiness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's all. Yeah. If I think of any, I'll ask you again.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Oh, thank you, Ajahn.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I
Next.
wish you happy all the time.
Thank you. Thank you. Next,
Yeah.
Ricardo from Uruguay. Hi, Ricardo. Is your speaker working? Your microphone working?
I hope so.
Yes,
Can you hear
okay.
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Tanachan. Nice to see you and all the Sangha. Well, I don't have questions today. I was in bed because I have a cold, but I take it peacefully because we know we all going to be sick sometime, so that's okay. I just would like to comment that I have deep gratitude for your answers about how lazy we are most of the times, and we dedicate most of the day to the sensual pleasures. We are bringing to Uruguay the next 2 weeks a Buddhist monk, Theravada Buddhist monk from Mexico, and he will stay here at my house. And he's going to give Dharma talks and retreats here in Uruguay. And I think with osmosis, it may come inside my mind some of the Buddha's teaching. I hope so. But if you have any advice, please
Well,
I'm willing to.
study is it's important, but it's not the only thing you have to do. Besides study, you have to apply what you study in your practice,
Practice, yes.
because that's the only way to get result is practice, not the study. The study is like a roadmap. You study the roadmap, but you have to take the trip. You have to drive. You have to get out, get into the car and drive, or else you won't get to your destination.
Okay. Okay.
Same way with Magga, Phala, Nibbana. It's a destination you want to go to,
Yes.
but you have to drive. You have to drive your mind to that destination. You won't just go by looking at the map. You won't get there by just looking at the map.
Right. Right. Okay.
But you need the map to know the right direction to go to. Without the map, you can get lost on the way. So you should know the purpose of each thing, what they're for. Study is to guide you, to tell you which direction you should be going. But the map, the study cannot get you to where you wanted to go. It's the practice that will get you there. But you need the map so that you can then practice correctly.
And I think that sometimes with our little practice, we have the chance to select or choose our masters or teachers. And I think that the way you teach the Buddha's words is the best. I mean, I've heard another theories how to get there from on different roads, and I think the road you propose is the right one for this body, this time. I think.
Is the road prescribed by the Buddha? I got it from the book, The Four Foundation of Mindfulness. That's why it is. Very simple, very direct.
Yes. But I've heard another monks that when they teach the Anapanasati, they never say that after the first verse you should get into jhana. The Buddha doesn't say that, but you told us you should get in jhana, otherwise you won't get piti. But other monks say, oh, you might feel some kind of small happiness. And it's not like that. I mean, if you get into jhana, sure you will get piti.
Actually, you want to get to equanimity and stillness of mind, which gives you the highest form of happiness.
Yes.
The happiness
Right.
from the mind being still. This is the highest form of happiness.
Right.
If you haven't experienced this thing, you cannot tell, you cannot talk about it. You have to experience it yourself.
Right. But again, I think the way, I mean, the school you follow and the way they teach is the right way, how to interpret and how to follow the Buddha's words. It's only an opinion, nothing more than that.
Okay, so get on your practice. Okay.
Yes.
We spend too much time talking about practicing and not doing the practice.
Right. Goodbye.
Okay.
Be well, Tanajan.
Okay, go meditate.
Thank
Go
you.
meditate.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
Next, Aparachita from Dubai. Have you been meditating every day?
To that question, not every day.
Not every
Yes.
day. Yeah. Have you ever
Not
tried to
every day.
1 day for your self retreat?
1 day for 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 1
the entire day, 24 hours?
No, I haven't done that yet. No, I
Uh,
haven't, but it could be a good practice to take
That's
up. Yes.
that's another challenge to take up.
That is a challenge, 24 hours.
Yeah, keeping up and keeping the 8 precepts and do nothing but mindfulness and meditation and wisdom.
Mhm. Okay, that is something I can aspire to make a day for that.
Abstain from sensual pleasures. Even eating just try to eat once a day or not more than midday, not after midday. You don't want to do any more eating.
Mhm.
And abstain from all sensual pleasure activity and spend it on meditation, mindfulness, and wisdom, reading the Dhamma books, reading the Dhamma teaching of the Buddha to enhance your understanding of the way to practice. You need to spend some time. You want to advance, if you want to move ahead. If you only just spend an hour a day, then you probably stop. You won't go anywhere further than that.
Mhm.
Because if you can devote the whole day for it and you can see the result, and then it might give you more inspiration to do more self-retreat from 1 day a week to twice a week, twice a week to 3 times a week. You just keep increasing because the more you do it, the more happy you become from your practice. And you see that everything else that you did was just useless. All the sensual pleasures that you have chased after, they're all useless. They're all gone. They don't last. They're very, they're very temporary. You only enjoy it while you have it. When it's gone, it's gone. Leave you empty, leave you sad, leave you lonely. But with the practice of meditation, it keeps you always content, fulfilled all the time. You don't feel hungry for anything. If you can get to that result, then you want to do more and more. You want to have it every day.
That's right.
So you have to start with 1 day first.
I think that's a good idea.
That's why the Buddha prescribed this day. In the Buddhist calendar, we have this 1 day in which Buddhists should stop working, stop pursuing sensual pleasures, and go after spiritual pleasure, meditation pleasures.
Mhm.
Okay. And the other day you can do it an hour a day, an hour, 2 hours a day, whatever. But on this special day, you should do it all day. Walking meditation, sitting meditation, reading Dhamma books.
Mhm.
Be mindful from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Keep the mind in the present. Don't let it go think about the past or the future or think about anything.
Yeah, that is a good intention to set. Okay.
Okay. I don't ask you to commit yourself to it. I just recommend.
No, I will. Even if I don't do 100%, I aim for it, and I will see at least make
try
space
first,
for
yeah.
it.
Yeah, try it and see how it's
I will
like.
try. Yes, exactly. No, it is a good
There
thing.
used to be a phrase that said, try it and you will like it.
So there it I might say, why didn't I do this before? Yes, who knows? Maybe.
Okay, you have any question?
No questions, although I suddenly thought, I know it's it's a term we've heard many times, but I felt just to ask you, like, what would you say is the Dhamma?
The word Dhamma can have many meanings, but principally it means the teaching of the Buddha. But in general terms, sometimes Dhamma refers to everything. Anything and everything is Dhamma. Sabbe Dhamma Anatta. Everything is Anatta. Everything has no self. Everything all from they are made from the four elements or the five elements. So there's no self in the elements. Yeah. The planet, the stars, people, animal, anything, and everything is Dhamma. So it depends on how you use it. If you speak about the Buddha's teaching, you also talk about the Dhamma teaching of the Buddha. But you speak in general terms, it means everything. Anything. You can say anything is Dhamma. And they are all anatta, no self.
Right. So when you say anything is Dhamma, that's why in one of the sections of Satipatthana, it's like exploring Dhamma categories. Like, is it because then you're looking at...
Yeah, there are many different types of Dhamma. See, the Four Noble Truths is Dhamma.
Right.
The Eightfold Path is Dhamma. The defilement is Dhamma also.
Right.
Everything is Dhamma. You have to investigate what you have inside your mind. Good Dhamma or bad Dhamma. Bad Dhamma are defilement, your greed, hate, and delusion. It's also in your mind. Good Dhamma is the wisdom and samadhi, jhana. This is also in your mind. Or if you don't have it yet, then you have to develop the good Dhamma and try to get rid of the bad Dhamma inside your mind. See, inside your mind, you have good Dhamma and bad Dhamma. You have angry, right? You get angry, this is bad Dhamma. Sometimes you have generosity, you feel noble and say, okay, no problem, I forgive you. You know, you have forgiveness sometimes. But sometimes you have vengeance.
That's right. Yeah. So that's the bad Dhamma.
Yeah. So you want to get rid of the bad Dhamma and develop the good Dhamma. For Brahma Vihara,
So
these are good Dhamma. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Ubeka. On the Eightfold Path, this is good Dhamma.
Right.
Okay. It's too far to worry about the Dhamma. All you should worry about is just the basic Dhamma, like Dana, Dana, which is generosity, Sila, which is keeping the precept of morality, and Bhavana is practicing meditation. These are the three good Dhamma that you should try to develop as much as possible. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Marsha. Hi, haven't seen you for a while.
Hello. Let me
Yeah.
see.
Yes, we can hear you now. Can hear you
Now?
now. Okay.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy. I try to catch you on Facebook Live when I can and sometimes listen afterwards, but my life has been filled with so much change. My daughter's fiance moved in with us and he brought his 3 cats. So now we have 5 cats. And sometimes we have like 3 adults, 5 cats, and 6 kids when we put everybody together. So my peace and quiet is reduced quite a lot. But I'm at a point in my practice where it's like when the change comes and it's uncontrollable, it's like I find so much peace in just knowing that this is the way it is. I can't control it. And it turns into the biggest opportunity to let things go, to stop trying to get into situations and manage them. So I guess maybe, is that what you call the merely knowing? I'm
That's
just
right.
merely knowing
Knowing, accepting
the
the
way.
truth.
Oh, absolutely. And so
If you can do
all
this, then
this,
you can always be calm and
oh yeah,
peaceful, regardless of whatever happens, regardless of whatever people do or not do. They will not
yeah,
disturb your peace of mind.
yeah, yeah. So I've just been tapping into that more and more. It's like that little equanimity is there. And I know I asked you before about how you have this equanimity when you're dealing with things you don't like. And even that, it's becoming very steady where I can go through my day, and when the unpleasant mood comes or a little tiredness comes, it's like I'm also just knowing that.
That's right.
And it's like, it doesn't become like happy or anything, but it's like, it's not disturbing either.
That's right.
It's just
Calming.
like,
You still
yes,
remain
it's
calm, peaceful.
very steadiness that I am doing. I actually got confused today, and I thought the meeting was starting at 8 o'clock our time. And I thought, oh, I'll wait. Maybe it's the Thai New Year and you're not able to come. And then I was scrolling through your page. So from the 8 to 9 o'clock, I read half of your book, The Traveling Man. I found that link. And there was one part where you mentioned the vitality of the body. It's like you get that when you form the human body, and the vitality increases to a point, and then at a certain point it's decreasing all the way through your old age and death. And I found that just profound, because I'm an older person now, and I kind of have a sense of that you have a momentum, and then at a certain point in the life of the body, the momentum is just, it's reducing. And I was appreciative to just read it. The book is so simple and so profound. It's, thank you for that little book. I'm gonna finish reading it. But yeah, I'm just
It's actually been translated by an American student here, of mine here. His name is Andrew, and he's been living in Thailand for a while, and he could understand some Thai, enough Thai to translate it into English.
Oh, it's wonderfully translated. It's and you find it's so simply, the English is so simple that sometimes you miss the profound point, and I'll be in the page and then I'll wait, no, what did you just say there? And it's like you read it again, and it's the deepest truth in the simplest of words. And so I think that book is really, really wonderful. And someone had said a week or two ago that they read it and they really appreciated the part about Nibbana. And so I'm waiting to get to the end of the book so I can read the part about Nibbana too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the utter simplicity. And I guess I've always appreciated that I didn't have to be smart or super skilled in order to receive the Buddhist teachings, that anybody can take this path and follow this teaching. You don't have to be sophisticated or, and I think you've just really, really delivered it in that way. But anyway, I think that's probably all. Give the other people some time. But yeah, the practice is just beautiful, beautiful at every stage, and I just feel like I'm moving along the path, and it's beautiful at every point for
Yes,
me.
if you can handle every situation in a peaceful way, then it's okay. You're doing good. As
Oh
long as the
yeah,
mind is not disturbed by whatever situation you come across.
yeah,
That's
just
the
more,
goal of practice.
yeah, more
Protect your
and more.
peace of mind more than anything else by letting go of everything.
Oh
If
yeah,
you want to have peace of mind, you have to let go.
yeah,
If you become attached, if you start to have craving for them, then you lose your peace of mind and you'll become stressful.
yes, and it's almost like a light shines on those areas now when I begin to meddle or
Mm,
control or crave. I can see it and like pull right back.
that's
So
right.
I'm just working at that and watching, trying to be that knowing at all the time.
Yes. The goal is to keep the mind calm and peaceful, not
Yeah,
reacting if at all possible.
yeah, yeah,
React only when you have to, with rationality or with loving kindness.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Nice to
Okay.
listen, talking to you.
Thank you.
All right.
May you be well. May you be well
Thank
always.
you. Thank you. Next, Maria. Are you still in Thailand?
Hello, Tanajan. Nice to see you. No, I'm in Japan, in Kyoto.
Japan now. Okay.
Yes,
Kyoto.
Kyoto. Very
Yeah,
beautiful.
I visited that city also a long time ago.
Oh, have you seen these temples with the gardens? There are so many beautiful temples with big gardens.
I visited one of them, but I couldn't remember which one.
Mhm. I like it very much. When you come to the garden, it's like you can just walk around and develop sati, and it's everything is designed in this way. You should be like very attentive, and at the same time, it's very peaceful around. It's
Mhm.
fantastic.
How long you plan to stay in Kyoto for?
Kyoto, just tomorrow I go.
I see.
I stayed for
Hey,
one.
this is just a sightseeing trip.
It's sightseeing. It's also for work because I bring people to Japan, so I wanted to discover more places, more temples and spiritual sites.
I see. Have you found more places to go to visit spiritually?
Yes, and I go like in 2 days. I go Kumano Kodo. It's very famous, like spiritual pilgrimage route. By foot, you go like 80 kilometers, and you visit some very good temples on the way. It's like very ancient, 1,000 years old. So I'm very curious about that.
Good. How many people in your group now this time?
No, now I'm alone here.
Oh,
Fortunately.
you
In
just
in October, we have a retreat here in Japan, in Tokyo Vipassana Center for 10 days, and then we go on pilgrimage. So first we go around Japan 10 days, and then we do this Kumano Kodo by foot 7 days.
okay, that's good.
Mhm.
Do you
I
have
have a
any question?
yes, I have many questions. I ask maybe just a few.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My first question is actually I got sick here and I have cold now. And I was just curious, like you said that monks, they usually don't take medicines. So when a monk gets sick, does his practice somehow change? Like I understand like to do anapana, to do sati, but when you feel sick, like you have fever and this nose, uh, are there maybe some other recommendations how to practice in this condition to feel better? I don't know.
Well, see, sickness in Buddhism, we divide them into three categories of sickness. The first one is when you get sick, you don't have to do anything, it will get well by itself. Like getting a cold, for instance. After 4 or 5 days, it will go away. So you don't need to take any medicines if you don't have any medicine to take. Or if you want to use your Dhamma medicine to treat your mind to be be accepting the sickness and not be disturbed by the sickness. Then you just leave the sickness alone. Let it come and let it go by itself. Okay, so this is the first type of sickness. The second type of sickness is something when you get sick, you have to treat it in order to get well. If you don't treat it, then you don't get well. So this type of sickness, you might have to go to see a specialist or get some medicine to fix it. And there's the third kind of sickness, which when you get sick, whether you treat it or not, you cannot treat it anyway. So this is the final type of sickness. Then you just have to let it be. Whether you treat it or you don't treat it, you don't get any result anyway. So why bother treating it? So prepare your mind to let go of your attachment to the body. If you can let go, then your mind will be calm and peaceful and not be affected by the sickness or death of the body. So this is basically what we deal with the body sickness.
So when the sickness is of the first type, I know it will go like in, I don't know, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days.
That's
But now,
right.
yeah, I feel very weak and fever. And like, what is the best way to practice? Because my attention is not that good. I always feel very weak.
Meditate. When you meditate, your mind becomes strong, and your mind can handle the sickness of the body.
But it's difficult to do anapana because my nose is not working most of the time.
You can use some other method. You can use the mantra Bhutto Bhutto instead, or you can use some imaging in your mind, image of a skeleton or something, and focus on that image to calm your mind down. So there are many other methods of meditation, not just anapanasati.
Okay.
But you still breathe, right? When you're sick, you still breathe. You can still watch your breath. Might be a little bit difficult or different, but you still breathe, so you can still watch your breath. I think the reason is you don't want to watch it. You use it as an excuse not to use it, not to meditate.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, I got a bit distracted here with all this sightseeing, and now I practice quite less than in Thailand, but I want to come back to meditating at least 2 hours a day and keep in sati. I will.
If you can meditate, your mind can become calm, and then your mind will not be disturbed by the sickness of the body.
I will. I have a question. I was reading Ajahn Mun's spiritual biography, and it's very interesting. Like, I think you also recommended to read it in your autobiography. I have a question about his practice actually. So he was practicing samadhi, concentrating on some external object, and then he found out that his mind was not calm. And then he started to investigate his body, and he was doing, as far as I understood from description, something like Vedananupassana, like we do in Vipassana. So he was observing, like keeping a sharp mindfulness. He examined the body from top to bottom, side to side, inside out, and throughout every body part and every aspect. So, but he treated it like it was some preliminary stage before attaining samadhi. So he was doing that to calm his chitta down. And I was a bit confused because I thought this is practice of vipassana, it's like practice of wisdom, so it should go after samadhi. But for him, it was like the means of developing samadhi, actually. So this practice.
There are two levels of wisdom. The lower level is for the development of samadhi, and the higher level is for enlightenment, for getting rid of the fetters. So there are two different levels of wisdom or panya. So if you haven't yet haven't yet have any samadhi or jhana, if you use wisdom, this is considered to be the lower level of wisdom.
Mhm. Mhm.
So you can use wisdom to calm your mind and get into. I'm not sure whether it can get into jhana or not, but at least it can calm the restless and agitated mind to become calm. Maybe enough to then to use the anapanasati to bring the mind deeper inside into the jhana state.
Mhm. Mhm.
So this is more maybe for a restless and agitated mind that cannot focus on anapanasati yet. So he used this wisdom to calm it down.
Mhm. Mhm. So it means that in this case, like you use this lower level wisdom to
Yes.
samadhi, and then you go to high type of wisdom when you attain first jhana.
Yes, and you study the nature of the body to see that it's anicca, dukkha, anatta,
Mhm.
which is more comprehensive than just the one that he mentioned in your question here. You know, went through the parts of the body.
Mhm.
But anyway, you have to. It's two different types of wisdom.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, I got it. Thank you very much.
If you haven't got jhana, then you cannot use that wisdom to get rid of your fetters. You cannot become enlightened yet.
Mhm. Mhm.
It will still be a lower level of wisdom, enough to calm your mind into samadhi, but not enough to let go of your attachment to the body, to the five khandhas.
Mm. So if you do not attain like the first jhana, there is no chance you also become enlightened. You always need to have jhana for that.
Yes, you need the jhana to be able to stop your attachment to the body, to the five khandhas.
Mhm. Okay, and I have one more question about paticca samuppada. I was just curious, like, so the first stage is ignorance creates mental formations and they create consciousness. But mental formations, they are like thoughts. So how can thoughts exist before consciousness? Because usually they exist inside the consciousness.
No, the mind has these four functions already existing all the time: thoughts, feelings, perception, and the ability to connect with the sensual objects.
Mhm.
This is already a function in the mind. But in the mind, besides this function, the mind also has delusion. And delusion is the one that guides the mind to go after the sensual pleasures, not knowing that true happiness is not sensual pleasure. True happiness is peace of mind. So this is the problem of the delusion of the mind, not knowing what the true happiness is. So it thought that happiness is in the sensual objects. So it tells the mind to go after by telling the consciousness or vijnana to connect to the body, to go connect with the body. Once the mind is connected to the body, then it can receive the sensual objects, and then it can then have feelings from this contact of the sensual objects. So with wisdom, you say this is not a way to go after happiness, because this is a way to go toward more suffering, toward more rebirth. The way is to stop the mind from going after sensual pleasures by meditation, by stopping the mind, and by using wisdom to stop the cravings.
So in paticca samuppada, vijnana means like, so sankara activates vijnana. So vijnana is this like faculty of being able to connect to the body, to the
That's
mind.
right. Yes. Because if you want sensual pleasure, you need to have to connect to the body, because the body have the instrument, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body to contact with the sensual objects. But
So
if if you can stop this sensual object, this desire for sensual objects, then you won't need to have a body. Then you won't need to have rebirth.
So if you don't need to connect to the body, your vijnana still exists, or it
Yes,
doesn't?
it exists, but it doesn't do any work anymore because you don't use it. It's like having an air conditioner, but you don't need it because your mind is cool already without you having to turn on the air conditioner. The four Dhammakanda still is part of the mind always, all the time. You can use it or you can stop using it from time to time. Like when you enter into jhana, you stop using sankhara, the formation, the mental formation. And then the feeling also stop. Once you stop using the formation, perception, this can stop temporarily, like turning off the dysfunction temporarily. But when you come out of jhana, then dysfunction start to come back on again. When you come out of jhana, you start to think about sensual objects again, right? Should I have a cup of coffee? Should I have some biscuit or some cake or something? See, this is all sensual objects that the delusion, the ignorant pushing the sankhara to go after, to think about this thing. Once you think about this thing, then you have to go and get these cakes or biscuits or coffee. But if you have wisdom, you say, no, this is not a good way to go out for happiness because it will keep you addicted and it is never fulfilled. It always leave you hungry for more. And you will need to have a body in order to be able to have this type of happiness. And if you have a body, you have to get old, get sick, and die with the body. So this is not the way to go. So you have to stop your cravings when you come out of your mindfulness, your meditation. When your mind starts to crave for sensual object, then you say, no, don't do it. Go back to meditation or stop your craving by seeing the harm that the craving can do for you when you go after these sensual objects.
I understand when like sensual objects, like we understand something like comfortable or something tasty. But for example, I like nature very much. I like to visit Buddhist temples, but I feel like maybe it's also like sensual pleasure because I can just sit and meditate at home and not go to see anything. But when I see like I go to Buddhist temple or I go hiking in nature, I feel very inspired. Is it considered also to be sensual pleasure?
No, because it's considered to be Dhamma, because it's enhance the meditation practice, enhance the peace of mind. So it's not considered to be sensual pleasure. It's considered to be spiritual pleasure.
Also nature?
Yes, that's why the Buddha practiced in the forest. All forest monks practice in the forest. They stay with nature because nature has no defilement in them. See? But in the city, in the town, in the houses, everything is created by defilement. Everything is created for the cravings of sensual pleasure. So when you see this thing in the city, it stimulates your sensual desire to come up, your sensual cravings to come up. But when you go into nature, nature doesn't create any desire for or craving for sensual pleasure. You can look at the trees, look at the sky, and look at the water. These are all neutral. They have no sensual. So it's a good place to meditate, to go to a neutral surrounding. If you meditate in the town, in the city, you see people, you hear sound, they are all sensual pleasures.
Yes, I understand. But if it's not only about meditation, like in monastery, but about like hiking, like I'm going to do this pilgrimage, like 7 days, is it like more distraction from the practice, or it depends? Like if I try to maintain sati, it's also type of meditation, just long working meditation.
You try to stay away from the sensual objects that you get from your house, your work, your offices, and then you go to a more quiet surrounding to gain some peace of mind without actually doing the meditation. See? But you can only get so only a low level of calm from this type of practice, from hiking, from walking in the forest with nature. But if you want to go deeper, then you still have to meditate. And it will be easier to meditate in nature than in the city or town.
Okay, thank you very much. I will try to practice when I will be going this pilgrimage, and later I'll share how it will
Yes,
go.
you should once you get to when you finish your walking, you should rest and meditate. Then you can go deeper. Your mind can become more calm than from just hiking alone. Hiking, you should recommend people when they hike to be mindful. Don't think about anything. We focus on their walking. Then they can do walking meditation at the same time. And when you get tired, then sit down and meditate. Then you do sitting meditation while you rest your body at the same time. So you get two birds with one stone.
It's
You
very
get
good.
All right.
Yeah, I like this idea very much. I will try during my
Okay.
hiking.
Tell people to be mindful. Don't think about the past or the future. Don't think about here and there. Just keep focusing on the walking, on the hiking. And don't even look around nature. Don't look at the birds or trees or anything. They can get more peacefulness from just concentrating on just walking alone.
It means looking like on the ground.
Yes, and your steps. You have to be careful when you walk, right? So watch your steps all the time.
And is it okay if I concentrate only on my feet, like on the soles of my feet? Because when I concentrate on all the movements of my body, it's
Or
like
just on your feet alone is good enough. Have something to focus on. You don't have to focus on the whole body. Watch the ones that is most important. If you're eating, focus on your eating. If you're doing something with your hand, focus on what you do with your hand. If you're walking, then focus on your walking, on your steps, on your feet.
Okay. Thank you very much. I will try.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I have many questions, but
Go
it can go
ahead.
on.
Sarah, we still have some more time. A couple more
Okay.
questions.
Yeah. I wanted to ask about 8 precepts. Like I was discussing with Julia about these high beds. I mean, it's recommended to sleep on some very low beds, but we cannot choose what kind of bed we have if we stay in guest house or anywhere. Like, what is the meaning of you should sleep on low bed, and how low should the bed be?
This is just a literal translation. What it actually means is avoid sleeping on luxury bed. Too comfortable, too much comfort. Sleep on simple bed, like a bed without any mattress, for instance. Hard floor bed. So you don't sleep too much. You sleep on a luxury bed. You after the body have rested and wake up, you still don't want to get up. The mind doesn't want to get up. The mind want to continue sleeping for another few hours. See? But if you sleep on the hard floor or on the bed without mattress, when the body have rested and wakes up, you don't want to stay. You continue to sleeping because it's not comfortable. So the goal is not to sleep on a comfortable bed. That's what it means.
But I mean, if we don't have a choice, like I live in guest houses almost all the year round, and the beds are quite comfortable.
Sleep on the floor. Sleep on the floor.
Okay, I will try.
If you want to practice a precept, then you should sleep on the floor or take the mattress out. If the bed has mattress, just take the mattress out and sleep on the bed on the floor of the bed. If it's a hard floor, if not, then you just have to sleep on the floor.
I tried it once when I bought a flat in Russia and I didn't have any sofa, so I was sleeping just on the floor and was practicing for 7 days. And actually, it was very uncomfortable to sleep, and it's true. I woke up like every day, like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and I started to meditate because I didn't want to lie down.
That's
Actually,
right.
very
That's the
good.
purpose. That's the purpose of not sleeping on a comfortable bed. Comfort is what the defilement likes. See, it's sensual pleasures.
Mhm. But in Vatyan, it was quite comfortable actually.
Well, you should take out the mattress or sleep on the floor then.
Mm. Okay, I have a small question about incense. Again, about 8 precepts and incense. Like here in Japan and in many other cultures, they use incense a lot at home, in temples. But I think in Thailand, they are not used.
Well, we used to use them until people have studied and said this incense have toxic chemical contained in them and can cause lung of respiratory problem. So then people then say for safety they stop using incense altogether. Before we used to have incense everywhere until somebody did a study and said this incense have some toxic component in it, and if you breathe enough of it, you can get sick. So then everybody gets scared, and then nobody uses any incense anymore.
Okay. But they're not considered to be like pleasure.
No, there used to be something as I think it's a form of showing respect, lighting candle and incense. But it's not necessary. You can show your respect in other ways. It's not for sensual pleasure when people use incense. It's the way of showing respect. Maybe this is an ancient way in India, when you use candle and incense to show your and flowers. These are the three things that normally come to use together to show respect to something or somebody that you respect.
Yeah, but some people they light incense at home and then they sit and meditate. So I also bought a big box of incense and then I thought, but why cannot I meditate just without any incense? I usually do. Why do I need incense? So
You
I
don't
thought,
need to. You don't need to. Forest monks don't use any incense. When you go meditate in the forest, you don't carry incense with you. Okay. Or flowers, You might use candle because you might need candle for the lighting at night.
I had a question about Dutanga practices. Like,
Yes.
why? I mean, I understand they're used to enhance meditation, but how are these practices being practiced now, like nowadays, not in Buddha times?
Well, the Thai forest tradition practices a few of these Dutanga practice. The first one is to go on alms round for food, not to be invited to home for food or wait for people to bring food to the temple. If they want to eat, they have to go out and collect food on the alms round. This is to prevent them from getting lazy because you have to do walking meditation when you go on your alms round. And when you get food from alms round, you usually don't get simple food. You don't get fancy food like when you're invited to people's home or when people come to the temple. They tend to be more selective. They tend to be more, want to get a lot more merit. So they try to bring more fancy food to give to the monks. So this will enhance the practice of what you call simplicity. Just take anything that you get, and usually you don't get too much fancy food when you go on alms round. Okay, this is one practice. And the eating in the bowl, this is also another Dutanga practice. You put everything that you collect on your arms around that you want to eat into the bowl instead of using dishes. Because if you have dishes, then you have dishes to wash. See? But if you only have the bowl, then you only have one bowl to wash. So this reduces a lot of work and also reduce your defilement or for selecting food. Yeah, because when you eat in the bowl, sometimes all the food are mixed together.
Mhm.
So eating in the bowl is also a way of reducing your sensual pleasure for food. And also eating once a day. This is also the Tanga practice.
Mhm. Mhm.
And besides that, I can't think of anything relevant right now. It's telling about the Tanka have three different categories, dealing with food consumption, dealing with the using of the robes. In ancient time, monks used to use robes collected from corpses, material from corpses,
Mm.
and then they use the material to make robes to wear. In this way, we reduce the sensual pleasure for robes. You don't have fancy robe, because you get material from from the cemetery that is used to wrap around a dead body.
Mhm.
So this is more or less simplicity and also not disturbing the lay people. You don't have to go begging for lay people to buy you material to make robe with. You just find whatever material that is available at that time. And during that time, it was a tradition when people die, they don't bury, they don't burn. They usually use a piece of rope to wrap around the body and then left in the cemetery to rot,
Mm.
to decay. So when after the body is rot and decay, and then the materials can be used for anybody who likes to have material, they can go collect this material.
Mhm. Mm.
And also another category in the Dhutanga practice is the places you choose to live. The Buddha recommend live in the forest once and living under the tree, the shade of the tree, as your place of living. And if you should be if you should go live in the monastery, you should not be choosy about which house you want to stay. Just let the abbot or the people in the monastery decide for you which one you should stay.
Mhm.
This is the practice of what we call delighting in anything that is given to you,
Mhm. Mhm.
not being choosy, wanting this type or that type of things. So you have to read in the text itself. There's more, but this is the practices that is still used today, except for the using of the cloth, the material that wrap around a corpse. That is no longer practical because there's
Mhm.
no material.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Mhm.
it's austere practices. It's considered to be austerity. Practice simplicity and austerity.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Yes. Thank you
All
very much.
right. I'll go to the next person now, I think. Hi, James Strand. Is this your first time here?
Yeah, yes, this is my first time here. Hello, Ajaan.
And where are you from?
Texas.
Texas, okay. What can I do for
The
you?
United. Oh, I wanted to know more about uh, I think you already answered that question about Patika Samuppada, but I tried the Upasata on Friday, the last Upasata, and I couldn't do it after a while. It was incredibly difficult. I realized just how much time I do spend on sensual pleasures. It was incredibly difficult after a period of time, and
So you just do whatever you can right now and try to increase it as you go along. You cannot do it full time, maybe do it half time, half a day, or Instead of 24 hours, do it 12 hours or something like that.
Oh, I also wanted to ask, when you talked to Ajahn Kovilo and Ajahn Nisabo at the Clear Mountain Monastery, you talked about the Sotapanna, and I wanted to know, like, what were the how does one become a Sotapanna?
When one realizes the body is in yourself, you are the mind. You are the one who uses the body, like a driver using a car. A driver discovered that he's not part of the car. He doesn't die with the car. He's separate from the car. You see, the car is temporarily, the body is a temporary thing. It doesn't last forever. Why the mind lasts forever? So you see that the body is just made up of the four elements. There's no self in the body. The mind is not in the body. The body just connects to the body, to the stream of consciousness sent out from the mind to connect with the body. And then it tells the body what to do. But one day this connection will have to be severed because the body will have to die one day, get sick one day. If you can see the separation truly, then you don't get affected by whatever happens to the body. A Sotapanna isn't afraid of getting sick or dying because it knows that it itself isn't dying with the body.
I also wanted to ask about jhana, like how does one attain it, and how does it feel like how do you know once you've attained it?
Well, you need constant mindfulness. Be able to focus your attention on your breath without leaving it for one instant, just continuously for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Then your mind can enter into jhana. When you enter into jhana, sometimes it feels like falling from a high place, like down an elevator shaft. You're coming down, and then when you hit the floor, you feel peaceful and happy, lighthearted. It's kind of peace and happiness that you have never experienced before.
I felt something like when I was meditating, kind of a sinking into myself feeling, kind of a like one time I was meditating, this happened about a year ago. I was meditating and these like waves started happening, like this waves of joy and this kind of sinking feeling. And I kind of wanted to know if it was that jhana or like just
Maybe
kind of.
maybe the first jhana, it has feeling we call piti, raptures, but it's not yet the fourth jhana. When you get to the fourth jhana, everything becomes empty, everything disappears. All you have left is just peace, contentment, and equanimity.
Does the feeling of the first jhana ever like kind of dissipate over time? Like the more
Yes,
times you can.
you move on. See, it's just like a place you have to pass through. If you want to get to the
So
fourth jhana, eventually you have to move on. And the way to move on is to keep focusing on your meditation object. Then the mind will then eventually keep moving on until it reaches the fourth jhana. Sometimes reaching the fourth jhana can be drastic, sometimes it can be step by step, depending on your mindfulness, how strong it is. If your mindfulness is strong enough, very strong, you can just go from first to fourth. If your mindfulness is not strong, then you might have to go from first to second to third and then to fourth. Go step by step. And each step you feel calmer as you move to the next step. You might become more calm and more calm, and eventually reach the total calm at the fourth step.
Oh. I also wanted to ask about the cities, like these kind of milestones that you can attain through meditation, these psychic abilities. Do like have you ever seen it, or like I don't want to overstep and ask a question that may seem like rude or something. So I just wanted to know if like these can be attained.
Well, psychic powers can be attained with some person, some people. Not every meditator will have this ability to access this psychic ability. From what I heard from the teachers, they said only about 5% of meditators can have this special ability. So it's not for most people. We don't get to that psychic power. So there's no need to worry, and it's not essential for enlightenment either. And it can be harmful for meditator without knowing that this type of power is useless for enlightenment. It cannot get rid of the defilement.
Yeah, it can lead to. I can see how that could lead to ego
and delusion, and you tend to think that you're supreme by having this psychic power, but you don't know that you're driven by your delusion, your defilement.
Have you seen, like, I know once you enter the fourth jhana, you can perceive devas. Like,
this is a special psychic power also. Not everybody who entered the fourth jhana will be able to see the devas, the spiritual being. This is also part of the psychic power.
Because I watched a thing about Ajaan Mun's in the night he was in light, the night he gained nirvana. I think it was Ajahn Mahabua who was telling the story about how he saw this happen or felt this happen, like a giant explosion, and he saw these like devas or felt the presence of these devas around Ajahn Mun's cave. And I just wanted to know, like, do devas kind of interact with our world?
Yes,
like,
if you have psychic power, you can connect with them. Like the Buddha, like Ajaan Mun. Ajaan Mun have devas or spiritual power, spiritual beings come to listen to his Dhamma talk at night sometimes, like the Buddha did. You have to have this psychic power which arrive from Upachara Samadhi, which is not the fourth jhana. It's somewhere after you gain a fourth jhana, then the mind start to leave the fourth jhana and enter into the psychic world. And not everybody can do this. Only 5% of meditators. So it's not important. If you don't have it, it's better. Then you won't be sidetracked or distracted by this psychic power. So you can then concentrate on maintaining your equanimity in the fourth jhana for as long as possible. You need equanimity to support your investigation of wisdom. Because when you investigate with wisdom, you'll see that the suffering is caused by your defilement, by your craving. And if you don't have equanimity, you won't be able to stop your defilement or your cravings. Like right now, if you don't have fourth jhana, we know the cause of our suffering is our craving. But we could not stop our craving because we don't have the strength to stop it yet without the jhana, without the fourth jhana. But if you have the fourth jhana and you have the wisdom to see that your suffering is being caused by your craving, you can stop it right away. So this is the importance of the fourth jhana, the jhana, which we call samadhi. It supports the practice of wisdom.
And vipassana, I know there's like there's meditation for calming the mind to enter like insight meditation. And like I wanted to know, like, how do you enter insight meditation from once your mind is calm?
You wait until you come out from meditation first. You don't do it while you're in jhana. When you're in jhana, you want to keep the mind rest as long as possible. to gain as much equanimity as you can. But once you come out of jhana, then you can then investigate the nature of your body and to see that the body is anicca, temporarily. You will have to get old, get sick, and die. Then you have to ask yourself, are you afraid of getting sick or die? If you're afraid, it means you still have craving. You're still having attachment to your body. If you don't want to be afraid, then you have to be willing to give up your body, willing to let it get sick, willing to let it die. With jhana, you can let this happen. Without jhana, you will not be able to let it happen. You still want to cling to it. You'll find this when you get sick and when you have painful feeling in your body, and you see how the mind react. If the mind react with calm and equanimity, then it means it can let go of the painful feeling of the body, of the sickness of the body. Same way when you come across situation which might cause you to die, and your mind remain calm and not disturbed, then you know that you have equanimity, and you have the wisdom to let go of the attachment to the body. Because if you cling or you have attachment, you have craving, then you can become afraid or having suffering from clinging to the body.
And I know, like, it was weird becoming a Buddhist because I come from Texas, so kind of the religious norm around here is Christianity, where you're taught where when you die, everyone you have ever known will get to go to heaven or go to hell based on how they live through life. Once I realized Christianity wasn't really for me and started seeking spiritual paths, I found Buddhism, and at first I didn't really agree with it because I was just like, oh, I don't, I want to be with my family after death. But I realized that probably wouldn't be the case. That separation is inevitable, and losing everything we love and everything we enjoy is just a part of life. It's anicca. Everything is anicca, and I realized that, and I actually feel more peace now, knowing that everything is going to change one day, and that's just how it is.
That's right, you're on the right path. Now all you have to do is be able to give up your own body and not be affected by whatever happens to your body. Your body is also anicca. It's going to have to get sick and die. So you should be sick with some serious disease, and if you can remain calm and not disturbed, then you're okay. It means you have wisdom, you have equanimity to stay peaceful and not being disturbed by getting sick or the pain that arises in the body. So this is what you want to do, to teach your mind to let go of the painful feeling of the body and to let go of the death of the body. If you don't have equanimity, you'll find it difficult to let go because your attachment will be stronger than your wanting to let go. But if you have equanimity, then you will have stronger strength to let go. Then that's the strength of attachment.
What is equanimity like?
Fourth jhana. Once you get to fourth jhana, the mind becomes neutral. Have no love, fear, hate, or delusion. It remains neutral. It's just merely knowing. Like when we talked to Marsha early on, she said she wants to practice just merely knowing. Knowing that the body gets sick, knowing that the body gonna die, but the mind just not reacting to the situation at all. Just be merely knowing. You can only do this with equanimity from jhana.
How long should one meditate to try and attain the fourth jhana?
You need continuous mindfulness, and this takes all day, all night, except that when you go to sleep. And how long you're able to get into jhana, that's up to the strength of your mindfulness. If you can have continuous mindfulness for 5 minutes, then you should be able to enter into jhana. Some people already have this mindfulness, and when they started practicing first time in this lifetime, they can enter into jhana within 5 minutes. Like one of the Ajaan Mun's disciple, Ben Shigel, I'm not sure if you heard of her. She's a Buddhist nun. She was able to enter into jhana the first time she meditated by sitting for 5 minutes. But she has psychic power. Once she got into jhana, she doesn't remain in the fourth jhana. She went into the psychic world and started seeing spiritual beings.
That'd probably be a terrifying experience.
No, to her it was just like a dream. She thought she was dreaming. But when she reported to Ajaan Mun said, "No, you're in the psychic world."
Interesting.
Okay. Anything else?
When facing death,
the goal is to be merely knowing. Just be merely knowing that you're gonna die, and just leave it alone. Do nothing. Do not react in any way. Do not react with love, hate, or fear, or delusion, thinking this is your body. It's not your body. It's just a body.
it's a vehicle.
Yeah, it's like an automobile you bought. You're gonna have to give up one day when it's no longer usable. You're the driver. You just get out of the automobile and let them take to the junkyard, to the graveyard.
Interesting.
Okay.
Thank you for your question. Thank you for answering my questions, Ajaan.
Thank you for your question. I think it's useful for everybody here.
Thank you.
So don't hesitate if you have more questions. You can come in and ask.
Oh yes, I will. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And thank you for everybody else too.
All right. I'll go to Sweden Czech now from Vancouver.
Greetings, Ajahn.
So how's your mindfulness of body coming? Is it anywhere useful?
Anywhere useful, not bad.
At least you know the body is temporary, right? It's gonna die one day. So you're not so concerned now, unlike before.
The accident helped. The accident, the car accident.
It's like a wake-up call to you, huh?
Yes. Yeah. The accident was a blessing.
Yes.
Help to
To
see
remind
like
that
feel like not just talking.
it's real. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Yeah. Every day I tell myself.
And prepare your mind for it.
Yeah.
But you still have apprehension every time you think about it.
What does that mean?
Afraid, fearful.
I think more acceptance. I think
More acceptance now.
yeah,
Okay, good.
I like to think about it because it's good to keep reminding. And then it's very good. I like to think every day. I like to think about this. And we Tan Ajahn, we received this book, your latest book
Okay.
from Thailand. And
You
may I
want to
announce
share with
that,
other people if they want to read them?
yeah, if like
Contact you and get their address, mailing address. You can send them
your
the book.
follower, would like the book, we will be very happy to send them to you. It's a great book. Really.
Okay, by contacting my assistant Gmail address or
Yeah. I think your assistant can give
information to
yeah.
whoever wants to have this book.
Yeah, and I will send it. Yeah, I will send it.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
Thank you for the generosity.
Thank you, Ajaan,
Thank you,
for
Ajaan.
the wonderful book.
Okay, anything else?
Thank you for the wonderful teaching.
Yeah, thank you.
So far, I don't have any questions.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go to Kek Yen So.
Ajahn, good evening. No question, Ajahn, just to pay respect and listen for the need.
Okay, good. I'll go to Alvin then. Hi, Alvin.
Namaskaram, Dhanajan. Excuse me. Yeah, Dhanajan, I was just listening to the Longtang Mahabua's talk again, the one in London. He actually mentioned that the chitta is in what Hadiah Vatu. Is it the heart base? I mean, my impression is always chitta is everywhere in the body, but now he's saying that is in the heart base. Is it the heart? Is it Dhanajan?
He felt strongly that it manifests itself there in the heart. But actually, it's not in the body at all. It's just connected to the body. But it might makes it felt like it is in the heart. But it's not important really where it is.
Okay.
The important is to know that it is not part of the body. It's separated from the body.
Right. Okay. This is you will experience it once I presume your meditation is going on very well, right?
I don't know, but sometimes when the mind reacts strongly to something, it might feel strongly in some parts of your body. Like when you get excited or when you get fearful, you might feel the reaction is somewhere in your body. But it's actually it's in the mind. That it can manifest in the body.
I see. Okay.
It's not important. The important is to stop the reaction of the mind, to keep it calm and peaceful and not reacting.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I share something, Dhanajan,
Sure,
about the incense just now? I think Maria or somebody was asking. Many years ago, I was told that by Abante that incense actually, I don't know whether this is correct. Incense actually remind us of the sweet sense of virtue. Flowers actually remind us of impermanence, and light is actually dispelling the ignorance, the darkness is actually wisdom. That's what I was told, just to share. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but it's not important really.
Yeah. Okay, Tajan, that's all.
There's still flower, there's still incense, and there's still candles.
Yes.
So don't forget that.
Yeah.
Without them, you still can have wisdom. Without them, you can still have purity.
Yeah, and still have virtue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Daniel. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you for your input, though.
Thanks.
Next, second, Anita. Hi.
Namaskaram, Krap Raja.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Just a quick report, Frajan. My parents came and stayed with us for about 10 days. And now they've decided to move next door to us. And I think it was a good opportunity to see what meditation we are doing and how I'm reacting to situations. So I could very much relate to what Marsha was sharing as well, a lot of closeness with family and various trigger points come up and, how the mind is able to work with that. So I just wanted to share that things went well, and, we'll take further advice as time goes by and they move nearby, and I'm sure I'll need more advice down the road. Yes.
Good. You always have to remain calm and peaceful regardless of what happened. Okay, that's the goal of the practice.
Yes.
Because you cannot change things outside. You cannot control things outside, but you can control your mind. The way to control your mind is to let go of the outside. Don't try to control the outside. Because as soon as you start to try to control the outside, then you're starting to losing control of your mind.
Yes, yes. I think Neeta and I could see that as soon as some controlling nature of ours crept up, there was immediate dukkha, like just straight away
That's
available
right.
to us. So
Stress, dukkha will start to come up right away when you start to control things outside of your your ability. Let go.
Thank you very much for your
Be
teachings.
merely knowing. Like Marsha said, merely knowing.
Yes.
How about
Thank
you,
you very
Nita? Anything?
One question about the Sotapanna topic that we were discussing, Rajan. Like you mentioned that Sotapanna is not attached to their bodies. But what about their attachment to the loved ones, like parents, pets? Are they still attached?
Same way, they're similar. No attachment. They don't cry or they don't feel sad when somebody die. When the family die, the family die. Because they see that each body is the same. Your body, my body, your parents' body, anybody's body are all subjected to aging, sickness, and death. And there's no self in this body. The person behind the body doesn't die with the body. See, the mind behind the body doesn't die. So
So they understand.
there's no actually no death. There's just dissolution of the body. There's no dissolution of the person. There's no death of the person. Your father still exists. Your mother still exists because they're not in the body. They're the mind.
Okay, so they're not attached to any kind of form anymore. They know that it's
But
impermanent.
they still have sexual attachment though. They still want to have sex with somebody. And this you need to move up the next step of practice by investigating the asubha nature of the body. See the unpleasant parts of the body. Then you can get rid of your sexual desire for other people's body.
Thank you, Franjan.
A
Yes.
Sotapanna still wants to have a husband or wife. Yeah. But he doesn't get sad when he loses his wife because he knows it's a ninja. But he'll look for a new wife. But he'll go look for a new wife. Because he still have sexual craving. He still see the body as being pleasant, good looking. But after you study the unpleasant parts of nature and you commit into memory, then every time you see a body, you start to see the 32 parts. You see the rotting parts of the body. Then your attraction to the body will be gone. Your sexual desire for the body will be gone. That's the next level. The next two levels, Sakidagami and Anagami, has to investigate the super unpleasant part of the body.
Is it important to see like a post-mortem or what do you call it?
Yes, if you can, you go to a hospital and see medical university when they have biological study of the body and the anatomy of the body. Or you can just look in the photograph you can find in the internet. Just look for anatomy. You get a lot of different types of maybe schematic, not photographic, but schematic, drawing, which is good enough, I think. You see the inside, see the intestines, see the heart and lungs and the brain and everything inside the body. So this is one you want to study and educate your mind. So that every time you see a body, you see the whole body, not just the outside part of the body only. Right now we only see the skin covering the body, but we don't see the inside part under the skin. Okay, we're running out of time. I have to go to
you
the
so
next
much, Fran.
person. All right.
Thank you, Fran.
Yeah, next, Melinda from Singapore. Any question tonight?
Uh, I am I learn from the rest, and yeah, just more practice, just a lot more stay heavy with delusion, sensual desire, that the usual.
Yeah, study more anicca, dukkha, anatta. This will give you the wisdom.
Contemplate more on this, Ajahn.
Yes, if you can.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, next, Steph from Oregon. You're the last one today.
Hello, no question. And practice is going really well.
Okay, good. Mine is calm, peaceful
Hmm.
most of the time.
Very loving.
Okay, good. We'll go to more question from Gmail, from email, or from Facebook. Who's answering? Bon?
Bon
Okay.
ครับ
กราบหลวงพ่อครับ we have 5 questions this evening, and the first question from the assistant email, and it's from Direct. Hi, ท่านอาจารย์ how can I help my sister who has mental illness and easily fall prey to scams and quick investment gain like buying property to get rich quickly? She paid for a seminar led by a YouTuber and flew to Florida to attend. I'm worried that she will end up signing for a mortgage, and which she cannot afford. She is 64 years old, and I told her of the eventuality of death, but it's not enough to change her mind. Should I just treat her like the weather and let things be?
Well, we have tried to convince her already, and if she doesn't listen to you, what else can you do?
And second question from Pauline Soon. Hi, ท่านอาจารย์ how can we watch our mind when we are facing emotional situation? We can see the 5 aggregates working. First, consciousness. Second, feeling, body feeling unhappy and want to react from fabrication. Can we separate the khandha phenomena from happening?
No, they come together, they work as a team. So you have to know how to deal with them, that's all. And the way to deal with them is not to react, just remain merely knowing. You need equanimity in order to be able to not to react to anything.
And the third question from Orlina. As the meditation practice deepens, is it normal for a practitioner to experience diminished bodily sensation of hunger and fullness? Even when eating only 1 meal a day, there remains only the knowing that food is needed to sustain the body and that one should eat enough to fulfill that requirement.
The calmer your mind becomes, the less craving you have. So, but the ability to know the feelings from everything still remain the same. But your reaction toward them is becoming less and less craving, more equanimity. You can let go of more of things.
Question number 4 from Pauline Soon. Can Pra Ajahn explain regarding the right view, right speech, right action as in the Noble Eightfold Path?
Well, right view is to see the Four Noble Truths and the 3 characteristics of existence. This is having the right view of things. Right thought is to think of stopping your craving, because your craving is the cause of your suffering. This is right thought, right thinking. Right action is to stop hurting other people or animals, because when you hurt other people, you are also hurting yourself. you're creating suffering into your mind. So this is right action. Abstaining from killing, abstaining from stealing, abstaining from sexual misconduct.
And the last question from can Prajaan please explain if someone enter the stream or attain a sotapanna, he or she still can get dementia or Alzheimer's sickness?
I don't know. I don't think I can answer this question. You have to be a sotapanna yourself, and you will be able to confirm it. Okay.
That's all the question.
All right. I think that's all about the time we have for tonight. Thank you for your company. I hope this meeting is useful and can help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, be mindful all the time, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
สาธุสาธุสาธุ
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Sadhu, thank you.